I quit social media about, I think it's almost 2 months ago, and I want to talk a little bit about the pros and cons of leaving social media. So my decision to quit social media was fueled by a few things. Firstly, mental health. I feel like this is the reason that a lot of people give when they quit social media. It's not that I was comparing myself to people or feeling insecure. It was more that it just overtook my brain capacity. I found myself scrolling way too much. You know, a few minutes turned into hours. It's embarrassing to admit, but that's really what happened. I found myself scrolling Instagram so much, and YouTube Shorts. And at the end of, a long scrolling session, I would be like, wow, I didn't learn anything. This didn't bring anything to my life. And I didn't do it in moderation. I feel like social media can be good if you do it in moderation. A few minutes of entertainment is fine. I don't have anything against social media per se, but I knew that I had to put some boundaries for myself. I realized that it was getting way too much, getting out of hand, and I needed to stop. The other reason is that I felt way too much pressure to be posting updates and to be capturing my life and to be giving as much of myself as I could on social media. And the pressure just became too much. I felt like I had to perform. I felt like I had to have something new to show every time. So, pros and cons of quitting social media. First of all, the pros. I feel like my life is a lot quieter. I have more time for myself. I can spend more time doing the things I enjoy, like journaling and studying and spending time with friends and family. I feel a lot more relaxed. I don't have this pressure, nagging me of like, what's new on social media? I need to post, or I go to a new place and think, oh, I need to get a picture of myself or need to take a photo of the food. But in terms of cons, I feel like I kind of have a bit of FOMO. I especially miss the language learning community on Twitter. I don't really know what new language events there are, what people are talking about in the language community. I miss sharing my updates with people and seeing how they are doing with their languages. It's kind of quiet. There's a lot of FOMO, and I really miss that. Another con is that you tend to replace one habit with another. So I deleted Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter. I still have my Twitter and Instagram accounts just because I put like 8 years of work into them, and there's really useful tips and stuff. I kind of just want to archive it, so I don't open it, I don't check it, and I've like quit it, even though it still exists. But what was I gonna say? Oh yeah, you kind of replace it with a new habit. So for a while, my new social media was LinkedIn, which is just horrible. LinkedIn is just, it's so weird. So I've stopped now. Luckily, I'm not really checking LinkedIn. But it's like I had to find a new way to spend my time. So right now it's just focusing on my studies and honestly sleeping. If you have seen my new Korean channel, my first video is about chronic fatigue and just being tired all the time. So I do sleep a lot. I spend less time on social media and I just sleep, to be honest. Another con, apart from feeling really disconnected, is it's kind of hard to just share happy moments. I don't have as many friends in South Africa as I used to have in Singapore. I know I need to make an effort to see people more. Sorry if the lighting changed. I had to go charge my camera battery. The other con is quite specific to my situation, is that I experienced a loss of income. So I was really active on social media and I would promote my ebooks. I've written a few ebooks about language learning. I would promote my language coaching services, which I still do. It's on my website if you want to check it out. But not being so active on social media is really hard if you're a small business owner and if your income relies on your activities on the internet. So I've been needing to kind of pivot and do a lot more of my work in real life. So I'm doing a bit of freelance UI UX design, and I also teach at university. The other con is not accessing Facebook groups anymore, there are some really good Facebook groups for language learning where you can practice with people. The Polyglot Conference has a group where they talk about all of their announcements for the upcoming conferences. So that's another loss that I've experienced. But overall, I truly think quitting social media was totally worth it. I have so much mental pressure just gone. I feel like I have more time in my day. Life is not as stressful. I don't feel like I need to prove myself to anyone. And in one way, it's kind of nice to just keep my special experiences to myself and my family and friends. I know that I said right now that, you know, I kind of miss sharing moments, but there's something kind of nice to some extent about living a quieter life, and I'm really curious to see how this will pan out. I don't know if I will return to social media in the future, maybe not, but for now, living a bit of a quieter life has been feeling pretty good for me, and I truly think I made the right decision. So if you're considering quitting social media, I suggest you make a pros and cons list. Be aware that you are gonna feel like you're missing out, but also know that it's gonna be rewarding. You're gonna have more time, and it'll help you be more present and be more in the moment. So all in all, I think I made the right decision. Thank you for watching this video, and I will see you in the next one. Bye!